travel is the same concept. Once that the Sushumna Nadi, the channel is activated, what happens is that it gives an ability for going up and down, and also being beyond time as well. So there is this person called as Kark Bhushundi. He was like a sage, and Kark is literally means crow. So he was a sage who could become crow and human as well. So that is why his name was Kark Bhushundi. So what is said is like he was the real time traveler. So he got a boon, and he was gifted to stand outside time. And he has seen nature cycle repeat itself again and again. So he has seen Ramayana being played many times and Mahabharata being played many times with slightly different results. And why is this slightly different results? Because you see like the role of free will. Prarabdha is definitely happening, but then there is also a concept of free will, which is agami or agami karma, or the karma which is yet to happen. So that will give like different results based on the free will. But he has seen the same events happening again and again. Just imagine like you are living the current life again and again and again.
Oh God.
Number of times.
It would explode.
It would have exploded if you remember it. But the
Yeah, I remember.
only good thing is because of this Shiva energy that is why destroying our past memories, and then we only remember the current. But then the only other thing is Maya gets associated, and then we forget why exactly we have come.
Yeah.
And past memory is also pictorial, which is associated with Chitra Gupta. And Chitra is picture, Gupta is secret. So it's like a secret picture which is there in your DNA, and you remember from it. It is easier to remember your past once, even if you want it. So, yeah.
So, I'm sorry, I know this is a bit of a cheeky kind of question, but so I know that he saw the Mahabharata and the Ramayana play with different results, and you were saying slightly different. So then, I know of course there's Prarabdha and then there's free will. So then, by different in this universe, would it be only very slightly different results, and then, or would there, and perhaps maybe if we take multiverse theory, maybe in other universes there'd be very different results. So,
because the fractal is the same, and it is very, very, very rare that people will do something using their free will.
Okay.
It would take a lot of kriya, or a lot of mindfulness for everyone to collectively do something higher. You see?
Yeah.
That is why the rotation in the same yuga. So if collectively the consciousness is really higher and they are using free will, that means the result will be drastically different. Yeah. But the sad thing is like very few people will use that free will. The product keeps on repeating, the fractal keeps on repeating again and again.
That's good to be so excited. Use for free will, everyone. It's like, yeah. They try to become. Yeah. Sorry, I know I was being quite cheeky there.
No. I think there are multiple possibilities. So that is what it says, and the outcome that we choose is based on where our mind is. Yeah. And we are creating our own reality. So whatever we see is what we are creating for ourselves. So my reality that I'm creating is different than your reality that you are creating, because it's based on the mind, and also the graphic, the Chitra Gupta. The Chit means your consciousness. Chitra means your consciousness is creating some images, and Gupta is secretive. There is some mystical things that is happening, and this picture is creating your reality. Yeah, and it is also coming from past, because Chitragupta is associated with Ketu. Ketu is your past. Yeah. So if you see, once a person starts to understand the Vedic astrology, they would know like where their Ketu is, like that's where their past, focus was, and where the Rahu is, that's where their focus wasn't there. So in this life, they are obsessed about those kind of things. But then if they are put into the area of Ketu, they can easily do it because they have that knowledge from their past births. So that is the concept.
Yeah, that's interesting. I know we're not exactly going into multiple dimensions yet, but I think doppelgangers or doubles, where people sometimes see their doubles, or people say they've seen a
Yeah.
person's double. And there's this story about a man from Torrid or something. You might have
Yeah.
heard that story. That would be interesting to see, the explanations for those sort of things. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
One of the followers, he asked me a very interesting question, like if it's a multiverse, like multiple times we are doing same things again and again in multiple verses. And in one of the dimensions, like we have got moksha. Does that mean all of us have got moksha, or is it just one?
Yeah,
That is when
yeah.
it gets confusing, and that
That's
is
a
when you
question that
get
I would want to ask as well.
that is when you get deeper into Vedas. But then let's keep this simple now.
Sorry. Sorry, I'll try to
I'm like,
control myself.
I asked the question before you ask.
You know it.
So yeah. Okay, so brain is very important. Our mind, or our antakarna, that we discussed in our previous slides. It's very important to understand something. And the sushumna is where our spinal cord is. Yeah. And nadi is like the nerves. And Vedas say that there are 33 nerves in the spinal cord. So currently, in this current science, medical science has found 31, and there are probably two more which are in the subtle body. Subtle body is not seen; it's subtle. It's not in the physical body. So 31 plus two, which is 33 different nadis, and these nadis have to be activated, and they get activated via the different 64 methods of bhakti, or 64 different types of the tantra, or there previously our ancestors used to eat substances like the DMTs, psychedelic substances, which were available, so that these 33 nadis got activated. And each nari is again associated with the devas, we can't call them god, but then the Vedic term is devtas. And this 33 koti could be eight again. 33 comes from this 8 vasus, 11 rudras, 12 aditya, 1 indra, and 1 prajapati. Yeah, so all these nerves are associated with these gods or devtas, and like Indra is like is mentioned in Vedas quite a lot, and Indra has got higher perception. He has got 100 eyes. Varuna, who is I think he's one of the Adityas, he has got 1,000 eyes. Yeah. So he has got higher perspective. So in Varuna, so for every Karan there is a Karta, for every Karta there is a Karan. So in a very, very higher realm, in the causal realm, Varuna became Indra, and Indra again became us. So all of these devas are present inside us. So as above, so below. And when we activate all of this, there is a pituitary gland inside the head, inside the brain, which gets activated, and that's where you see that light. You know, where in the near-death experience, they see that light, that channel. You see that even while you're like living and not dying, if someone can activate these 33 different nerves which are in the spinal cord. And these 33 nerves have got the Ida and Pingala around them as well. So just imagine this is Ida and Pingala. Ida like is associated with moon, Pingala with the sun, and they are the points where they merge are nothing but the chakras, and these are the nerves in here in the spinal cord where the sushumna is. So they are all connected. And we had also learned in the previous slides about how each chakra can be blocked, like first chakra by fear, second by courage, shame, and so on. So yeah, so that's the concept. So that's the concept of as above, so below. And all of these are in the subtle body, like the naris are in the subtle body. These nerves are, the other 31 are in the current physical body. and the 3 bodies and the 5 koshas. There is a diagram here, and it is also associated with karma as well. So yeah, do you have any questions, Uta?